And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio. All right, Uber production here. We've got Yellow Science ready to go here. I got last episode. I got low density structures up and running, and I basically doubled what we needed for Yellow Science. Because if we look at the factory planner here, you can see low density structure. We need about 6.2 thousand a minute. And so I've got about 13,000 a minute down here because we are also going to need some for rockets, because the 1,000 science pack per minute has to also apply to space science. So we've got to try to figure out, how fast or how many rocket silos we're going to need. And I'm assuming we're going to need a lot of them. So that means we're going to probably also need a rocket fuel production area to produce that in very, very large amounts, as well as the rocket control unit area. We're going to need that in very large amounts, and as well as some satellites. Yeah, that's going to be a hefty bill right there. Those things are not cheap by any stretch. All right, so I've started the basic infrastructure for the Yellow Science up here, and before I got too far, I wanted to get something recorded here, because this one has some unique challenges. For one, two of these ingredients we are already producing: blue circuits, which is going to need 4,000 a minute, and I don't know what our production is at. I don't think I've timed our production. We look at our production and we look at maybe blue circuits. I mean, yeah, we're producing quite a few. 15,000 a minute, 14,000. So I mean, we may need what does this peak at? I mean, it actually peaks at like 27,000 a minute. So I think we might be good on that. Low density structures, obviously we've got those. We're at about 13,000 a minute for those. So the thing that's left are the flying robot frames, and those babies are going to need, assuming the same sort of beacon setup here, we're going to need 40 crafters for those, roughly 2,000 a minute, and there are the inputs that it needs. Now, if we put those to a second, you can see that drastically reduces those numbers, and that tells me that a single belt's worth of each one of those is going to be plenty. But we are still going to have deconstruct or packagers and things like that to make sure that those belts are full. The thing that we don't have are electric engine units. So, yeah, the electric engine units, we are going to have. Why did you not go up? Something broke. Can I remove? Control right click. There we go. So I want to shift left click. There we go. Oh, I did that already. Control right click. So we have 62 of those. Let's throw in some modules. It looks like we can have some productivity modules. Let's grab some speed modules. So now we're looking at not too many electric engine makers. So glad that we can use productivity modules on those. But there's another. See, on top of those greens, there's some more greens. And there's the engine units and a whole bunch of lubricant. 12,000 a minute of lube. Yowza. Like, that's a lot of lube. Never thought I'd say that in Factorio. Wow. 12,000 a minute. I'm not sure if my little loop setup down here. I mean, this is what I'm producing down here. This is heavily dependent on the amount of heavy oil you get. Although, once we start really crafting a lot and using a lot of greens and reds and blues, plastic demand is going to go up, which means this system is going to kick on. I do need to supplement this as much as possible. All right, we would like a way to travel into this system. Wait, what? There we go. This is going to be yellow science. All right, turn those back on. All right, so we have here, up here and down here, these two. I want these to be the basically the finished products, the stuff that we can just train in directly, which is blue circuits and low density structures. So I'm going to borrow, if we have blue circuits, borrow that color. So blue circuits, this is going to be yellow science needing blue circuits. Or should I, what's my naming scheme here? I kind of bounce back and forth. Oh, it looks like I definitely use the compressed version. And those two can get the blue circuits. Okay. So down here, low density structures I don't think this really has a color. Like at all. Because we're not actually loading these in anywhere. So let's see. I mean, it's sort of a rusty color, so let's just sort of add a little bit of green into that. So this is named yellow science low density structure. Something like that. Now we may need more. I'm gonna actually add more of these. Because these things only stack to like 10. So that's not a lot. Q, Control V, no, Control V. There it is. I knew it was in there. Too many building games right now. I've got Dyson floating around in my head. Okay. So there's a whole lot of low density structures. I'm going to go ahead and go crazy. Cannot reach. Well, we must have had a game. I bet you we had a game update. Settings, mod settings. Anytime that happens, you just go in here. For some reason, it resets these variables. And you got to go in and reset them. And then you can do it. So I'm going to do like one there. And like one there. I mean, it's getting a little crazy, but yeah, these only stack to very, very small amounts, so it's wise to do something like this. And then let's just copy that. There. So, you know, quite a lot of low density structures coming in here. And then down here, this is really going to be for this is going to be for the creation of those robot frames. So we're going to need, let's see. You notice how the look changes when you get them near? Doink. You see how that changes? I love the little details in this game. They're just so awesome. So we're going to go you and you. Oh, can we? Oh, look at that. That works out. I like that. Okay. That's ready to rock and roll. Lots of lube going to be coming in there. Something we can't compress. All right. So the other materials that we're going to need. Let's see. Let's do all of that later. Let's work on the actual sciencey part of it. So up here, this is going to be basically where we're making the science, and then down here is where we're going to be making the intermediate, the flying robot frame, which is going to use electric engines. So we're going to need to produce electric engines, then produce flying robot frames, then ship them up to Utility Science Pack. All right, so 67.2 of these things, even with all of that. They don't craft fast. Let's put it that way. So what I'm going to do with this rail is you're going to go up there like that. You're going to go up there like that. These guys are going to... Let's go, I think, here. Yes. And then a chain signal here. And then, let's see, go back down here. Something like that. We'll leave a little extra. Well, I guess there's no more extra room here, but we have two that are unused, so if we need to bring in more, we can do that. But I mean, I think 5 stations bringing in low density structures is going to be enough. And if it's not, we're kind of in trouble after that. So those are going to go up and out this way. These are going to come down and out this way, so they're going to be separate out as well. So almost a completely separate system. Yeah, let's go a little bit further out here. Okay, you and you're fine. That's fine. Take you away. Give you a chain. You separated these from the eastbound from the westbound lanes right there. That's just a good practice to have. And finally, let's get you out there. So the trains coming down, dropping off are going to be unloading, you know, going to be returning onto the system in a different place. I almost wish I could just, if we could just force them to go this way, but they would have to loop around so many times that I did add all this rail in here just to try to get this system ready. So the basics, I think we've covered quite a few times. So if we go yellow science, right? That's going to be 3 items. And if we have something in the middle, that would work out. Let's look at purple science really quick. See, this is actually making them on site, so it doesn't really translate 100%. But if we want to get some... Where are they? There they are. Something like that. 1, 2. Yeah, something tells me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 6. Okay, so you, and you. And you. Okay. Am I in logistics range? I'm just barely out of it. So let's go over here. Let's see. I knew that this always bugs me. Leaving that gap, I'm fine with. Okay. And then you. So, let's see if we can't paste that here with an extra one down there. Basically cover that whole thing. Make it tileable. I think I'm... Oh, no, I've still got stuff on the way. Good times. All right. So, all of that is ready to go. Now, for the products, remember, these are not going to need vast amounts per second. So you can see here, I mean, it's going to use less. This whole setup is going to use only 34.72 items per second of flying robot frames. I mean, the per minute, yeah, is daunting, 2,000. But the per second, I mean, this does 180 per second, one belt. So I think one belt going in through here is going to be fine. Let's see if we can't make this look halfway decent. Unfortunately, if we do this, I mean, this is the best way to do it. But part of me wants to just do it like this. So you come up and skip. And then there are extra belts. And then something like that. And then we need to do stretchy arms. Oh. There we go. There's our material, and that is 6 crafters on that section. So, like 11 of these sections, if we look at this, we need 67.2. So if we have 11 of these, that's 66, which is surprisingly not many. If we copy that, That is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then we'll just round it out. Why not have 12? Because that's an even number, and everybody likes even numbers. How about that? Okay. So obviously we're going to need some sort of bridge to bridge these two. Bridge these two. No idea. Oh, there's some power over there. Let's do that. All right, so these should be 210%. If we look at these, 210% speed, indeed. And we've got all of these ready to go. How about that? That's a nice clean. I mean, you would think that 10,000 a minute would take up more space, but lo and behold, it does not. Especially when you get productivity modules, and these things make more than one at a time. So these make 3 at a time, and the productivity just massively increases your throughput on that, which is why I like productivity modules. All right, so over here we have low density, and this is blue circuits. So we don't need a huge amount of blue circuits. I mean, we're still going to have a warehouse, of course. I mean, that's a given at this point. Blue circuits is going to be cruising when this thing starts filling up. So, blue circuits go around. I know I put those up, but it almost feels like this should, yeah. You know what I'll do? I'll give those a lot of space. I'm gonna bring them down anyway, because of reasons. All right, so blue circuits. What are our most used items in here? Low density. So those will be on the inside track. Blue circuits. How about right in here? Blue circuits in the middle. Middle, and middle. Right in here, there. Remember, these are going to be compressed when they come in. So we need to uncompress them. Which tells me this needs to be that bridge. Needs to go there like that. There we go. Now I can uncompress. Low density structures will not be compressed when they come in, because they can't be. And the finished products are going up, so we can do some little station over here to grab them, to load them in. Okay, I wanted the loaders to be built before I built the lines here. Okay, so there's our blue circuits. Low density structures, remember, these are not going to be compressed. So I want at least 2 setups here. Okay, you and you. So the first one, yeah, I was gonna put these on the inside track, which is perfect because they're already underground. Like so. So this first branch will be for that, and then we'll have one for that. Like that. So a full belt for each bank of these should be enough, more than enough, to keep those things running. This is going to draw a massive amount of low density structures. Like the number of trains, I'm going to need to max these out. So 5 here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. This is going to handle 18 trains just for this setup. And we are gonna be coming close to needing that amount of throughput because those things are going to be chewed up. All right, so one thing that we can do is maybe get blues and, well, we can't get low density structures. I still need to set up that train stop, which I can do in between episodes. Go. Yeah, this is a whole lot of trainage. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 16 trains. I want a few of these for blues. Okay, yeah, now that we have those. Yeah, I'm so glad they fixed this process. Now, if only I could figure out a way to automatically load in the things and the stuff, the upgrades. These guys here. That would be so nice to be able to do that. I'm sure there's a monumental amount of circuitry that you could probably do. But, you know, I don't know if I want to deal with that. That would be a lot of circuitry for each bank of those. How is our power doing? I haven't checked power in a while. We're on total accumulators right now. We got 9.3 terajoules of power available in our accumulators. And solar panels are good to go. Excellent. So yeah, I've got to fill up a bunch of these with goodies. I mean, you've seen me do this. Control right click, control left click, control right click, control left click. And then you just keep going. Control right click, control left click. And hopefully the bots are on the ball. Control right click, control left click. It doesn't help that most of my like construction and logistics bots are like miles away. But yeah, these, you know, I've sped up all of these basically to be super duper fast. Right click, left click, right click, left click. So yeah, that's what I do all the way around. So let's set up these. We want blues full load. Then we want yellow science blues empty. Okay, and we want like 4 of these. Okay, yellow science blues full cargo. Just making sure all these are right. Let's make sure these are all right. Pretty sure I did a good job on that. Yay. Go forth and destroy my blues. Oh, this is gonna be a draw on the resources. It's like my pollution cloud is pretty substantial, and no signs of dissipating anytime soon. And there go all of my blues. Nice. So these are just cruising right along. So this is a good idea of how many blues we can actually produce. So let's look at our production. We are at 30,000 a minute right now. This number is misleading because it includes all of these lower numbers. It's a rolling average, and so your 5-second mark gives you more, to the second numbers, obviously. Minute, if you have a long sustained amount of production, that tells you. So 30,000 a minute of blues is not bad. I mean, that is not bad at all. I'll take that any day of the week. All right, now I need to get up low density structures, which is going to require a whole thing down here. We need to set up. I need to set up a station. Something simple, hopefully, and I can do that in between episodes. So I need to buzz down to low density structures. There it is. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.